So if I were you, and I am you tonight, because I'm a student, I'll be grabbing my notebook. I'll be getting deep in my chats. I will be texting every chairwoman. Anybody ever told you they want to go chairwoman? Anybody ever told you they want to go chairwoman? They need to be on this call. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know who's on this call tonight, but I do. And I'm going to be honest with you. You want every single leader in your business on this call. Every single one. Because, and this is to my Wealthy Empire family, none of these women have to be on this call tonight. I hope you understand that. They don't benefit from this call. Drop some hearts in the chat for the chairwomen who are on it, because they didn't have to be on this call tonight. They're very busy. They have other things to do. They have a whole family, a whole hundreds, thousands of people that is literally relying on them, but they took time out tonight to pour into you. So it would be remiss of you to not go deep in your chat right now. It would be crazy for you to not grab a notebook. It would be crazy for you to be doing anything other than paying attention and listening to what these chairwomen have to say. Okay? Keep on dropping the OTCs. I see my phone. It's not enough OTCs going across my screen. I told you guys 2 days ago. Let's get these numbers up. Right? I'll be dropping an OTC, not in this chat box, in your chat, in your group chat. Get every single leader on this call. And like I said, I'm about to get out the way. We got 238 on the call. I think it's only right we get over 250. I'm not gonna lie. It's something about 25. Let me know if you feel me, Sy. If you feel me, Tia, if you feel me, Amber. I think it's something about 25. I refuse to even start unless it's 250. I need to see 25. Okay, because Chairwoman 25 is exactly the next time I introduce my sisters, it's gonna be as Chairwoman 25. So I don't even, Amber said refuse. Yeah, me too. I just refuse. It got to be over 250. It's not even right. I wouldn't even be doing my sisters justice if it wasn't over 250 on the call. I wouldn't even be doing them justice. Okay, there we go. Keep going though. Keep going. Keep going. Now, first of all, before I even get into it, I want to thank each and every single last chairwoman that's on this call. I want to thank my sister Sy, my sister Amber, my sister Tia Bolden. I am truly grateful that you guys took time out of your schedule. And I chose you all for a specific reason. And I chose you to speak to my organization tonight simply because when I think of women who dominate, everybody put dominate in the chat. When I think of women who dominate in this business, who dominate in life, who dominate, see, dominate is a different type of word. See, some people win. You feel me? Some people win, Bianca. Some people win, Jackie. And then there's some people who dominate. See, Dr. Dre, some people win. And then there are some people, Brittany, who dominate. I think you guys would agree that there's some people who win, Crystal, and then there's some people who dominate. And when I think of the word dominate, I think of each and every single last one of these women you guys are going to be hearing from over the next 2 days. But these three, you know, I got to kick you off, right? It's only right that I get these specific ladies to kick us off. Now, the very first person I'm going to be introducing, the very first person is my girl, Sy, in the city. Drop your favorite emoji in the chat for my girl, Sy. The first time I heard about Sy, I want to tell you guys, the very first time I heard about Sy, she probably don't even know this, but the first time I saw you, Sy, was literally people were posting you because you bought a building and it had Trey House on it in LA. And I'm thinking to myself, even back then, I'm like, yo, who even thinks to buy a building? That's how much they believe in their business. That's how much they believe in this opportunity. Who even thinks to go get a building, right? Who even thinks to go and do that? And that was the first time I literally saw Sy. And so I started following her. And obviously I met her in person, but that was the very first thing I saw. And you guys got to think, Sy, tell me, I don't even know if you was a Chairman 10 yet when you did that. I don't even know if you was a Chairman 10 when you did that or when I saw it. But all I know is I said, that woman right there has vision. That woman right there, she knows exactly where she's going. She don't got to second guess. She's not second guessing, oh, is this what I'm going to do? Whoa. Whoa. She said P5 with P2 in the back. You making moves like that at P2000? Wild. But that's exactly why. And as I begin to study her, as I begin to watch her, you guys, now let me tell you something. Look, I told her to keep it. I told all the speakers to keep it real. But one thing about my girl Sy, she gonna keep it real. She gonna keep it raw. If you ready for that, put I'm ready in the chat. I'm gonna be honest with you. If she hurts your feelings, it's probably the best. It's gonna feel so good. It's gonna hurt so bad and feel so good at the same exact time. It's gonna hurt so bad and feel so good. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're really ready to dominate, these are the people that you want to be talking to. These are the people that you want to be listening to. These are the people that you want to be studying. She said she was a P5 and a P2 in the back office. And she over here buying buildings. Now she's a chairwoman 10 today, about to smack chairwoman 25. And she's about to bless you tonight. She's one of the first speakers. So light up the chat box. Light up the chat box with C25. For my sister, Sy, I got my notebook. I'm ready, Sy. Kick us off, sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. She fresh off a plane. You better light up that chat box. She fresh off a plane. That's the chairwoman lifestyle. Fresh off a plane, and she about to bless you guys. So, Sy, I'm going to pass it over to you, sis. And then you can pass it back when you're done.
Wow. Let's go. Right, but before I can even share my beautiful face, I want you guys to go ahead and drop thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you. Because at the end of the day, you are as successful as the people that you listen to, right? Let's see. She said 250. Let's see what we got on the call. Oh, 330. Let's get it. I got you on my face. Hold on. Okay. Boom, let me spotlight. Let me get right, y'all. Oh wait, am I spotlight already? Okay, cool. Yeah. Right. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. I am super excited, y'all. I'm gonna just simply give you guys what y'all need. And like Taylor said, you know, I'm an individual, but I'm a woman that stepped into feminine, that actually steps in the masculine side. And I'm going to talk about the masculine side in a minute, right? 1 quick second.
Sy will be back, you guys. She'll be right back. Keep on getting into your chat. This is a perfect time. You know what that means? That's God's way of saying that somebody that still needs to get on this call. Go invite them. Send them the link. That's all that means. There she go. Let me get her back.
All right, there we go. My bad, y'all. Somebody had called me. All right, let's get it. Let me come. Not disturbed. They blowing me nuts right now. All right, cool. I'm sorry, but family, so if you can hear and see me loud and clear, drop some sevens in the chat because we are well on our way to making 6 figures strictly from this opportunity alone, right? So let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to give it to you what you need to go chairman, to go P1, P2, P5, whatever it is. I'm here to give you step by step on how to do so, and I'm probably going to talk about some things that might hit a nerve, right? So, for one, I am 23 years old. I'm from Los Angeles, California. It's crazy. What's today? May 13th? Actually, right, 2 days ago, made my 2-year anniversary. My food. Okay. My bad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. We good? Good now? All right, cool. Let me know if I'm choppy. I don't know where I'm at, but it's a lot going on, right? So now, right, basically, just 2 days ago made 2 years that I've been in I Am Mastery Academy, right? And I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background and then go on from there. So for one, personally, y'all, I'm 23. I come from probably a background just like you. I come from the ghetto. I come from the streets. And I am from Crenshaw. You know, a lot of you guys may know who Nipsey Hussle is, and that's exactly where I'm from. But, me personally, I never had a job. I never had a job. I never been on a interview. I don't know how to fill out an application, right? But I honestly knew that my purpose was actually to impact, but I did not know how I was going to be able to do that. So when I first got out of high school, I went to college, did the traditional thing of like everybody else, go to college, get good grades, all that good stuff. But I actually understood that I'm worth way more than exactly what that has to offer me. So I actually understood that. Boom. After I dropped out of college, I am a college dropout. I started to work in the dispensary, as a bud tender. And then I went into lashing, self-employed. Then I started to do, eBay. Then I was a licensed notary. I was literally all over the place. But before I actually came into this opportunity, I had just finished bartending school because I knew that I wanted to have multiple streams of income, but I want to be able to be the center of attention as well, right? So the same day that I actually got my my certificate from bartending, right? I ripped it up because that was the day that Noelle Trimble finally had reached out back to me and got me into her organization, right? So that leads, oh my God, there you go. That makes sense. All right. So basically from there, that simply was my story, right? But understood that when I came in, you did not have to tell me, I want to say there's going to be 3 out of 10 people that come into your business that's going to just get it. That's going to just get it. And I happen to be that person, right? When I came in, y'all, I don't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know how to spell Forex. I didn't even know, I'm 23 family. I did not know how to spell Forex. All I had to know was that I had to like exactly what I was doing. So that lead me the first 24 hours I got enrolled, family, I hit P150. 2 days later, I hit P6. By that Friday, I hit Platinum 1000. By the second week, Brandon and Noelle made me do an event. Mind you, I'm a rookie. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that I'm making money. I'm with some rich people, and I'm in the right place at the right time. So that's what you guys got to understand. That you have to be in the right place at the right time, right? So I don't know if you guys may know, but today on my story, I was actually talking about skepticism. I can never say the word, y'all. Skepticism, right? And a lot of us tend to think that we don't got it figured out, which we don't, right? But a lot of you guys tend to think that your word or your thoughts don't matter. And that's not true, right? So catalysts for missed opportunities, right? Thank you for dropping that. But understood that you got to be able to be put in front of certain information, right? If you're taking notes, understand that. Let me see who's taking notes, right? Because I know Taylor said take notes. Tia, I see you. Okay, cool. We see some ladies on here, right? But understand that I knew that for one, life is all about experience and information, right? If you have experience, that means you have some type of information. And if you have information, that means that you're going to experience certain type of things, right? So when you come into this business or when you are now in, you got to really just say, hey, I may not be successful in what I'm doing in right now. I may not see the vision right now. I may not actually, see where I'm headed, but at the end of the day, I have my end goal. I need everybody to drop their end goal in the chat, right? Whatever your end goal is, it has to be something pertaining to some type of impact. The highest human form of act is to impact, is to inspire, right? I'm not talking about no motivation because I'm not here to motivate you to make money. I'm not here to motivate you to go chairman. I'm not here to motivate you to go whatever it is that you want. I'm here to simply inspire you, right? When I say inspire, because inspire is something that's eternal, right? It's forever in you. But when you actually have to be motivated, that means that's external. You have to continuously light that fuel, right? So of course, I came to this business hitting so many ranks, but I also realized that, dang, I came in all about the money. Drop some sevens in the chat if you came in, if you were just simply all about the money. Be honest. Be honest. This is a place where you're able to be truly transparent, not with me, not with Taylor, not with Tia, but to yourself. We came in for the bread, right? Cool. But then it started to be things like people texting me, "Sorry, I'm so happy and grateful that you actually continue to post it. I'm so happy and grateful that I took that leap of faith. I'm so happy and grateful that you did not give up, because that inspired me to not give up." And that's what you have to realize, that it's not about how much money you make. It's not about, becoming the professional network marketer or the best trader. It's about elevation. And if you stuck right now, that's because you don't want to elevate. Everything you make money, it's your fault. You lose money, it's your fault. You hit chairman, it's your fault. You don't hit chairman, it's still your fault. At the end of the day, whatever that end goal is, the same reason why you started, let that be the same exact reason why you quit. Some of you guys don't even be in for 30 days and you choose to give up. What they say, what's these people's name? Mayweather. How many days and times do Mayweather actually practice? 2 times a day, 3 times a day, all for what? Just a small moment that's probably less than an hour, and you can't even show up one day successfully every single day. We see a lot of people becoming successful, but just like Taylor said, it's people who win and it's people who really dominate. You got to ask yourself, right? And now I'm gonna go somewhere. So take notes, because this is gems. And I learned this from, who I learned this from? I believe it was Justin Owens, right? I'm gonna go there. So we all know what a diamond is, right? And drop some ones if you do not know what a cubic zirconia is, because this is gonna make so much sense. Cool. Love it, right? So we all know that a diamond is a diamond, right? But a cubic zirconia is actually a man-made diamond, right? It looks exactly like the diamond, but it's not. It's man-made, right? So we all know that through the stages of becoming a diamond, you have to go through 3 types of stages: an extreme amount of pressure, an extreme amount of heat, and then you got to cut it. You got to cut it, right? So now, listen, Tia, I want to know, was you in the company in 2019? Somebody got to feel me when I hit this, right? Because I knew that okay, cool, Tia. So we was actually experienced back in 2019 of September, right? We was experiencing a lot of people seeing 6 figures. A lot of people seeing 6 figures. When that 165 promo was going, it was multiple people hitting 6 figures, right? But then we experienced what they call a pullback. And if you're taking notes, a pullback is not a pullback. I don't like to call it that. I like to call it just business, right? And the reason why I call it business is because, let me go somewhere, y'all. The reason why I call it business is because Amazon, Apple, Target, all these big companies, right? They have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds and millions of people buying into their company every single day, right? But then you also have people who's coming in every day to return it. Do you think that they're going to stop their business because you come to return a little bit of toothbrush, paper towels, t-shirt, socks, hey, iron, whatever it is? No, right? So let me go somewhere, right? But then a lot of people, we've seen so much success, but then we experienced that pullback. And within this pullback, I noticed that, hey, this is where I gotta think smarter right now. I may not know where I'm trying to go, but I know I have to think differently, right? And then as this pullback started to happen, there was a lot of complaining. It was a lot of whining. It was a lot of conspiracy. It was a lot of he say, she say. It was just a whole bunch of nagging, right? But when you have that end goal, whatever you write down wherever you write down what that end goal is, make sure you stick it with you, right? So let me go somewhere. So then, right, I was looking like, dang, there's going to be a point in time where I got to make a decision. I do. And when I'm making this decision, right, there's two types of separations in this company. So I'm like, everybody whining, everybody complaining, everybody whining, everybody complaining, right? Because this was our first time seeing so much money and our first time really experiencing a pullback, but it's just business, right? So I started to see everybody just not physically, but I seen everybody just running, going right, just, and as a Black girl, as a minority, when Black people run, that means you gotta run. You gotta pick up the pace. Something's happening, right? But with this, I actually noticed that I have to be the one to do different. I have to be the leader, which now put me, when everybody's going right, I choose to go left. I went left. I didn't follow that crowd. I'm still here right now. The reason why is because I already knew that I'm a leader. I don't follow people. I don't. So when you are a leader, you gotta make that decision. Am I going to be the person that stands here and be humiliated? But am I going to be the person who's going to say, Sy, what are you doing? I'm not doing what you're doing. I'm not. I know my end goal. You don't. I have it right here. You got it right here. But then that's when I realized, y'all just a Cuban Sakoni. You're not made for the heat. You're not made for the pressure, and you damn sure not made to be cut. That's when I knew, oh yeah, I'm in here to really go C750 for sure. That's when I had to realize everybody's calling my phone. Yes, you reached the right number, but you called me at the wrong time. I'm not available. I'm not available. I'm not available right now because you're choosing to do the opposite, the mediocre thing, which is complain and nag about the business that once put you in position. Y'all scared? I don't got nothing to fall back on right now. Neither do you. So when you're going through different things, you got to be able to understand that I'm not going through this by myself. That's when I realized I had to be the face of my brand. I had to be the face of my team, the face of my six-figure business, because at the end of the day, I'm the person who you guys is looking up to. Shout out to you, Taylor. Am I able to keep going? If not, I'll pass it to Tia. Are y'all sure? Right? Now we talked about that. Now you know what a diamond is. And then you know, watch out for those cubic zirconies, right? That plays in more than edify over glorify. Sometimes you guys are glorifying the people in your business for stuff that they're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to get it wrong. You're supposed to elevate. You're supposed to make withdrawals. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to do that. Okay, but when you bring in 500 people in one day, I'm going to glorify that. I'm not going to edify that. That's something different. When you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, just edify it. Right? Now let's talk about the dominant side, right? And it's the reason why Taylor says she picked just me and Tia is because you guys may not know. Just drop some ones if if sometimes you shy, right? You nervous or you have anxiety, right? Drop some ones if that's you. That's too many ones. That's the problem. That's just feeling. If you wasn't dying, if you was not diagnosed with what they call it? What's the word? I forgot, right? Forget it. You nervous, you scared. I have anxiety. If you was, yes, y'all with me? Y'all with me? I like y'all, right? If you was not diagnosed with that, then you just talking. You were just talking. That feeling that you're feeling, because anything that first off, we have to know that everything happens in the mental first. If the physical cannot perform, that means the mental is not right. So if you was not diagnosed with anxiety, I don't want to hear it. I'm shy, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I can't talk. Because when there's other situations going, oh, you talking. You probably be in group chats right now talking with your friends, talking, family talking. So when you come in your business, talk. Don't be scared to talk. If you make money, talk. If you help somebody, talk. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Right? But back into the dominant side, because, and this is what I learned from KD, C25, is that there's a lot of chairwomen, but, right? A lot of them do not step into the masculine side. I'm not saying you got to be a tomboy. I'm not saying you got to be hard body. I'm not saying you got to, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that sometimes you got to step into that hard version of yourself and not that prissy city girl. As girls, we was taught to go to school and cross our legs, right? But then the boys was taught to actually climb on monkey bars, fall. And when you fall, you get back up. I'm telling you, fall and get back up. That's the masculine side I'm talking about. I'm not talking about staying there, falling, and then crying and pouting about, you fail, it's okay. But don't let that transpire into something that you truly not trying to become. Can I keep going? All right. No matter what you're going through, right? And I want you guys to understand this, right? For every chairwoman that you see or every chairman that you see, the people who make the most has the best relationship with the coach. I'm just talking. I'm literally just talking. I no notes. It's just freestyle, right? And I'm going to make this make sense. I don't know for everybody organization, but I know that. And then if you see it, you have, and just drop a one if you have. When you see me, you see Noel. You see Sy, you see Bree. You see Bree, you see Sy. You see Noel, you see Sy. You see Noel, you see Bree and Sy. You see, it makes sense. The people who makes the most has the best relationship with the coach. You got to ask yourself, how deep is your relationship with the coach? How deep? I probably call Noel 40 times a day, and we live 2 minutes away. Proximity, let's go, right? But even to get back into what I was saying, though, you have to not one understand, but you gotta, how should I say this? If you want to go deeper, it's a price to pay. Going deep is expensive. There's a price to pay if you want to go deeper. And if you don't want to go deeper, let us know now so that we make room for people who actually want it. Because no matter what obstacle you're facing, no matter what trial you're facing, no matter what, a leader will always appear. Always. Some of y'all probably calling Taylor, they just fell off my business. Oh, Taylor, they left, they don't understand. Taylor's only one person. Only one person. The face of over 500 people. As much as you need her, she needs you. We may be in business for ourselves, but we're not by ourselves. And the moment you try to move like you are, you're deviating from the blueprint. Let me tell you that now. Okay, Sy, what does deviate mean? It means that, hey, if I put in my maps right now and just say, Sy, you're going to get back to LA by 7 a.m. if you take this route. If you take this route. The moment I choose to take my own route, my own shortcuts and back-throughs, I have now put myself 30 minutes late because I thought that I was smarter than the freaking blueprint. Right? So with that being said, I appreciate you guys, right? But it's some things that I always say, right? It's two things, and I appreciate you, Taylor. I'm gonna pass it off in just a quick second. I am, I can, I will, I must. It's done. Whatever you want to do, put a date on it. You put a date on it, cut that time in half. I am, I can, I will, I must. It's done. Right? And if I personally, I say it so often, if I can't build with you, I can't chill with you. Taylor, I love you so much for getting me on this call. Tia, I'm ready for you. Let me go ahead and you're now host. Love y'all, family.
Look at my edges. My edges trying to fly away. Lord. We still got 2 more speakers. Jesus. Everybody put different in the chat. I hope by the end of this call, you're going to be like, chairwomen are different. You're going to see it. They just different. I see it was some more chairwomen on the call. I got Chairwoman Finesse on the call too. I saw her in the chat. Look, chairwomen are just different. You're going to feel it through the Zoom tonight. I hope that's okay. You're going to feel it through the Zoom tonight. And let me tell you something. You got to drop some white hearts in the chat. Thank you so much, Sy. Oh my gosh. Thank you for giving your time after you just got off a flight. We appreciate you. We honor you. We thank you so much for really blessing us. I love her energy. Now you guys get to see, like, I love her energy. I love the way she thinks, right? What you want to do is you don't want to just idolize us as people, as women. Really get into our brain tonight. Really get into how we think, how we process things, right? Out of all the things she said, she processes differently. She thinks differently, right? Really get into the mind. Keep dropping those white hearts, because you're dropping the white hearts for my sister Amber. When I think I don't know why Amber, I just have this white heart in my mind. When I think of Amber, I think of a white heart. It's because I literally love her so much. I remember the first convo we had, Amber literally asked me question after question after question. And I remember one time, because we talk all the time, I'm talking on the phone with her, and Amber is literally like, it's like a person I already met. Even from the first time I talked to Amber, I felt like we already knew each other. And she was just like, okay. And I was laughing because I'm like, Amber, like, we friends. Why you keep on saying, okay, like, I'm coaching you right now? And she was like, Taylor, I'm very coachable. And I was like, it was so funny to me, because I'm like, man, like, that just goes to show you how pure her heart is, how hungry she is for the next level. She's a chairwoman 10. I'm only a chairwoman 10 too. But just the fact that she said, I'm coachable, that's somebody who wants to dominate. That's somebody who wants to win. That's somebody who is going to say, you know what, whatever it takes, whatever I got to do. I'm going to be honest with you. There are times when you're chairwoman, we're regular people. We might be going through something. Something might be going on in our personal lives. Something might be going on with our family. You'll never know it though. And that's why you got to show so much love. That's why you're dropping white hearts for the chairwomen, because you got to show them so much love. because what we do and how we operate and how we dictate our day and how we build our businesses from that point on, I've seen this chairwoman do day in and day out. You'll never know it. You'll never know it. And you never will, because she's here to dominate and she's going to do just that. The next time I introduce you, sis, is going to be as Chairwoman 25. I love you so much. I love you so much. I appreciate you. I'm ready to take notes now. She's sweet, but don't play. If you know Amber, you sweet, but don't play. But I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it, Amber. I'm passing to you.
Taylor, oh my God. How can I out edify you? Honestly, guys, I'm getting my voice back. So we're gonna work with me. We're gonna work with me on my voice. Pray for me out. Pray for me out. So shout out to Taylor. Really, honestly, this is, yeah, my voice. I sound a little manly right now, but it's okay. It's okay. Right. Shout out to Taylor. Taylor, I love you. I love you, man. Like it's so funny because me and Taylor, it's so funny because me and Taylor's first conversation was honestly unexpected. Like, it was almost as if, and it's so funny how she said it. It's literally like as if we were already friends. And she's somebody that I've been, I was following, she was following, and I admire her. I admire her relationship. I admire everything about Taylor. And it's one of the people that I was studying from a distance. And sometimes, guys, when you're studying people, you have to understand the difference between studying and intimidation, right? Sometimes, guys, we get intimidated by people that have the success that we want. And I was inspired, right? I was inspired. I would look at Taylor. I would look at it. She really exemplifies how you do anything is how you do everything. Look at the flyer that she made, right? Just look at this online event. Like, just look at the webinar and the same exact diligence, the same exact craft, the same exact thought process and heart that she put into something like this. I could only imagine the same heartfelt things that she does for her business, right? So shout out to Taylor, shout out to every single person that's in Taylor's organization, right? You are my sis for life, right? Now, when it comes down to this, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a little moment where I was really thinking to myself, I'm like, what am I really about to talk about on this call? Like, spirituality is probably my strong suit, unapologetically, because of the simple fact that to me, it's what brought me through. Everybody has their own, little things that they had to go through, their own things that they had to really discover through this business. God brought me through, right? I have no credibility for anything that I have done other than the fact that I just have faith in God, right? So, I mean, I definitely did take notes. Shout out to Sy, right? Literally about believing in what you're saying, right? Understand that this is business, right? It's not no pullbacks, right? Glorifying, not being glorified for what you're supposed to do. I really genuinely do understand. It's so funny. I love the alignment because if you were on I had a training earlier today at 12 p.m. and then I had another training after, and I literally spoke about these things, right? I literally spoke about, right, not being afraid. Don't, if you've ever said the phrase, oh, I don't want to contact my mentor, I don't want to contact my coach because I assume they're too busy. It's like, that's basically you saying you're not urgent enough for your success, right? Whether or not your opinion about how busy they are is more important about whether or not you could get to the next level, right? And something as simple as really not being glorified. I promise you, I had a call earlier today. And I'm like, a lot of people are becoming more and more soft. Respectfully, they're becoming more and more soft because they're getting awarded for things that they should be doing. Right? You should not get awarded for getting a B+, an A in class, because that's what you're supposed to do. Those are the expectations. And you getting awarded basically is saying that you expected lower of yourself and now you did better and you should get awarded for it. No, because at the end of the day, I always looked at you and expected more, right? I always looked at you and saw more. So when you do minimum, I'm not going to glorify you for that because I always saw more, right? So I'm going to really go over some steps of really how to dominate. And when it comes down to, I really have to sit here. I was really about to give you guys logistics. Like, I caught myself for a second about to get on this call and tell you guys what you should be doing on a day-to-day basis. And I really have to sit here and ask myself, they know that already. Yeah, my voice sounds raspy. Y'all gonna get this raspy voice today, okay? Y'all gonna get all the rasp, right? You know what to do. If I sat here and told you guys, post 10 times a day, right? Wake up and say your affirmations. You know that already. Like, and that's the thing. We always want more gyms, more gyms. The grass is not greener on the other side because you're going to take that same mentality and take it somewhere else. It's like there's no more gyms. It gets to a point, guys, when you have to look at yourself in the mirror and understand, I'm not doing the things that I need to do to get to the next level. And every single conversation I'm about to have with you guys over the course of these next 15 to 20 minutes, understand it's coming from a place of experience. Okay, it's coming from a place of experience. I've had these conversations with myself first. Okay, because you have to do before you teach. Okay, the levels of duplication you have to do before you teach. And it got to a point where I really almost called myself like, okay, what do they have to do to hit chairman? What do they have to do to dominate? And I'm like, there's no more sauce. I guarantee you guys, if I opened up this call right now and said, drop some sevens if you're ready for the sauce, all of a sudden, a sense of urgency that you do not have with your chairman walk would have already suddenly appeared, and you have urgency within the chat box. And everybody would have dropped some sevens. No, everybody would have dropped some sevens. So when it comes down to it, guys, no, don't drop some sevens, right? When it comes, that's so funny, right? When it comes down to it, there's no more sauce. I need you guys to understand that first and foremost, all right? In order to really dominate in this business, guys, you guys have to first dominate yourself. Like, seriously. When you come, look, so the one thing that I did well, I'm not the best trader. I'm not the best speaker, right? I'm still a developing leader. But the one thing I did, the one decision I made when I came into this business was I came into this business with a heart that was open to change, right? Period. I came into this business with a heart that was open to change. I understood that I needed to stop listening to my 4, 5, 6 figure self. Like you have to keep in mind, guys, when I go to my personal trainer, I do not tell him how to train me. Because if I knew how to train myself, I would not need a personal trainer. Some of you guys come into a space and talking to people who are a little bit more developed, a little bit more profitable, and you're telling them how to get to the next level, how you want to be coached, how you want to be guided. And this is every aspect of your life. Medical school, personal trainer, chef. If I'm in this space and I'm coaching and I want to learn how to cook and you are a chef, I am going to be submissive to your knowledge because I'm not a chef. And the one thing that I promise you guys, the one thing that, and it really does start with this, the one thing you have to understand in this space is you have to be open to change. You have to be submissive. You have to be understanding of the fact that you're coming to this place for a solution. And I realized if the person I am right now was worthy of 7 figures, I would have had 7 figures already. If the person I was 2 years ago was worthy of 6 figures, I would have had 6 figures. So clearly there are some changes that have to be made with the person I currently am to become the person I need to be to get to 6, 7 figures. If you want to make it pretty, coachability. Be coachable. But that's basically saying, understand that if you were the person you needed to be to get exactly what you want, you would have already had it already. So the only difference between where you are and where you need to be is a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more submissiveness, right? And guys, allow this business to do what it's supposed to do, please. Some of you guys are very hurt. I don't think we're ready to talk about that. Hold on. Bring it back. 0 to 10, how sensitive are you guys? Just 0 to 10. 10 being like, I'm gonna cry, don't do it. I might hop off the call, I might quit, get a refund, right? 0 meaning like, okay, I could take it, right? All right, cool, right? Because if I'm not really like, I don't cater to the sensitives, okay? So when it comes down to it, okay, I feel yeah. All right, y'all some okay, heartless, right? When it comes down to that, I had to realize throughout talking to people, we come into this space and it's like you've never had to lead yourself. Like you never did. Like, have you ever went to your teacher at the end of the year and asked your teacher, hey, how was it teaching me? Did you ever go to any of your managers and say, hey, how was it, being a manager to me? We've never asked for that information. So you don't really know exactly how it is to lead you. Like if you had a whole bunch of yous in your business, how far would your business be right now? If you had an organization, a corporation, and every single person was just like you, how far would your corporation go? Would your corporation be $1 billion corporation, $1 million corporation, or would you be bankrupt? Literally. And it gets to a point where we literally have to dominate us and allow this business to do what it does from the little things, like the little things. Like, for example, something as simple as being open to the culture. Like literally being open to the culture. I literally have, and the person on the call who I did a 3-way call with somebody the other day, and she was listening into the call, and I was like, coaching her. And the person on the call felt uncomfortable with the culture because of the fact that it's too much family. Oh, family. It's too much family. How is it so much family? And I was like, that's coming from a very hurt place. Like, that's coming from a very traumatic place. Because you telling me that you feel uncomfortable in a space where people are loving you, people are calling you family, meaning you're not used to being shown love. And you think that every single person that comes into your life has a hidden agenda or secret intentions, that you can't open up your heart for a second to even pick up a phone call for somebody that has no benefit from calling you to make sure that you're making money. Be aware of what you are a part of. You are a part. Hear yourself out loud. Me and my team, we do something called Hear How You Sound. Hear how you sound. I am a part of a $7.7 trillion market where I have 6 to 7 figure educators trading with me every single day. I have access to over 85% accuracy scanners. I have access to multiple applications where these 7-figure traders are sending out signals to my phone. I have live trading sessions, and I have trainings on a day-to-day basis where people who have the results that I actually want, the bank accounts that I will actually trade with, teaching me on a personal level where I don't have to call a hotline, I don't have to email anybody, teaching me on a personal level from the basics to the advanced. And they're calling me like because they just feel like it, because they know that that's the right thing to do to make sure I'm making money. And I have the audacity to keep this to myself. I have the audacity to ignore phone calls. I have the audacity to be inconsistent. How does it hear how you sound? Because if you had a plan to get to 6-7 figures, you would have been to 6-7 figures already. And it gets to a point where I had to really stop myself and act, and like I couldn't even get mad at people. I had to realize people are hurting. Like, let's be very honest with ourselves. Where else in your life, other than your significant other, do you have people who are like, my favorite part of the morning is waking up and all I see is good mornings, good mornings, good morning. Because nowhere else in my life is anyone texting me saying good morning. Drop a 1 if you have a chat that you can wake up to and you see a whole bunch of good mornings. Drop a 2 if you ever had somebody in this opportunity call you to make sure you were making money in your trading account that they get no percentage of. Drop a 3 if you had anybody ever pray over you in this opportunity. Drop a 4 if you probably learned more about setting your own goals for the first time ever. Some of you guys have probably set goals for the first time. No one ever asked you, hey, what do you want in your life? What kind of car do you want? What kind of house do you want? No one ever asked you what your goals are because no one ever saw it fit for you. And for the first time in your life, you have an opportunity where we look at you, you don't even have to smell good. Your breath could stink, and we're still going to see greatness. We're still going to ask you what you want. How much money do you want to make a month? What kind of car do you want to drive? What kind of house do you want to live in? Because we see it. We see it. I look at you and I see it. I look at you and I see, wow, chairman's done. When do you want to hit chairman? And you're over here downing yourself. And I'm taking your punches because I love you that much. It's like, where else in this opportunity are you going to find people that's loving you just because you are you, with no hidden agenda, no expectations? Let that hurt go. Let that hurt go. You're coming into a business where when we're giving you positivity, we're giving you every reason to actually feel elevated, and you're constantly keeping yourself in a bubble for what? You don't want to talk in the chat because you're not a people's person. And that's why you're not people's person self, is where you are. Maybe the change that you need to make between being where you are right now and being where you're going is to become a people's person. Maybe the change that you need to understand, guys, we have something called blind spots. We have something called blind spots. And a lot of times we try to justify our blind spot because we know our intentions, right? We know, but guys, I'm going to tell you guys, intentions does not make you wealthy. Okay. Action does. You can, and I trust me, guys, when you paid that $325, when you paid that $199, you intended to use your package, right? You intended to be engaged. You intended, like, your intentions were pure, but it gets to a point where you have to realize it doesn't matter how pure your intentions are. Your action is what pays you. Okay. You probably intended to get on every training. It was your intentions. You intended to fund up your account, but did you? Like, it gets to a point where we have to kind of snap out of la la land and stop trying to hit chairman based off of attentions. Oh, I've been trying to, I've been working on, stop working, just do. I did a call the other day and I said, listen, don't text me after this call and tell me this call was for you. Do not text me after this call and tell me God's speaking to you. And don't text me after this call and tell me, oh, I needed that. Just do it. Tell me you love me by doing it. Do not text me. Don't text Taylor after this call and say, oh my God, I needed it. Just tell, I promise you the best way you can ever love Taylor is by duplicating her. 100%. The best way you can ever love, to show love back, is to literally duplicate it, to do it. I promise you that is it hurts. Like, I don't think you guys understand how much you guys hurt your mentor sometimes. Hurt, real life hurt. Like, real life hurt. And it gets to a point where I have to have a conversation with myself and say, okay, what exactly brought me to a place where I'm aware of what I have access to? Why is it so easy for me to not normalize this opportunity? And it really is God, like, wholeheartedly. And I get it. It's like, oh, now she's about to talk about God. Yes. And it's so funny because I caught myself this morning. This morning, I woke up angry. Something happened. I was upset. I had my little tantrum. Me and Corey on the phone. I'm over here throwing a little tantrum to Corey because that's my sis, right? And it literally took me, I was probably mad for like 15, 20 minutes. And I had to ask myself, Amber, if somebody in your organization came to you with this, what advice would you give them? And I had to realize we don't really follow what we give, right? We don't really do what we tell other people to do. Like, I promise you guys, if you guys did exactly what you tell your team to do, imagine how much money you'll be making right now. Like, spiritual side of success is so often overlooked because it's so simple. It's so simple. It's so simple that it's often brushed to the side. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's easy to wake up and not pray. Like, guys, you want to know a secret? And my team knows this because we do these things, right? I had a thing going where it was something called pineapples, right? And I gave them like a little agenda, like a little homework. I said, every single time you wake up, sit up, don't touch your phone, pray, and meditate. And after you do all of those steps, text me pineapple to confirm to me that you did it. First day, everybody texted me pineapple, all right, cool. Second day, everybody texted me pineapple, all right, cool, right? By day 3, that 30 people, the 25 people was at 6. I was like, you guys can't even be consistent with thanking God for waking you up. And I realized it's not that they don't love God. It's the fact that there are deeper rooted things. Like, guys, I need you guys to understand, this opportunity just reveals who you already were. All right. If you were inconsistent before, you come in here inconsistent. It's just your inconsistency before did not affect your money, right? You were inconsistent with school, but you still passed. You were inconsistent at work, but you still got paid. But now you're inconsistent. You missing out on millions. So now you're urgent. Now you're like, okay, all right, I'm inconsistent. And what happens is there's 2 different types of people. The cubic zirconias and the diamonds. The diamonds will realize their character flaws and they'll say, you know what? If inconsistency is holding me back from 7 figures, let me become consistent. But the cubic zirconia would say, I need to take a break. This is not for me. I just been going through some things. And, I just need to separate. I'll be back when the time is right. No, this is for you. But the thing is, no one ever had to hold you accountable for your own flaws that you probably didn't even know that you had, that this business revealed to you, because for the first time ever, this business showed you how it is to lead you. For the first time ever. For the first time ever, a lot of you guys are experiencing who you actually are, because now it's affecting your money. Oh, you're inconsistent, back off is going back. And now you're urgent. Now you're like, what's going on? What's going on? And you're not realizing God is trying to reveal to you, no, this is who you are. This is who you are. And it's so funny, like what we say, how we think, like, guys, when is the last time, like I've been getting on my team about personal development. When is the last time you guys have ever sat down and really prayed? Like, I'm not saying thank God for waking, no, prayed. I mean, crying snotty nose. When's the last time you actually gave your problems to God? Not your friend, right? Not this person. When is the last time? When is the last time you sat there and grew yourself? I tell my team, if you have not personally developed in 1 week, you are the same person you were a week ago. Why would you want to be the same person you were a week ago? If you have not personally developed since last week, that means you literally are the same person you were last week. You think the same. You feel the same. Your heart is the same. Why would I have to convince you to personally develop yourself? Right? Guys, personal development, you need to understand where you are and where you're going. The only difference is how much information you know. So if you can learn more, you will start making more money. And the last thing I'm going to say is you never know how conversation could shift your perspective. Because I was on the phone with Ruben today, Chairman 50, and I'm just spilling. I'm just like, yeah, this. And he stopped me and he said, Amber, do you realize your biggest problem right now is how to turn $10,000 a month to 25? And like, he really caught me off guard with that, for real. Like, he caught me completely. I didn't expect it. He said, do you realize your biggest issue right now is how you can turn $10,000 a month to 25? You're not worried about rent. You don't have to worry about where you're going to eat. You don't have to worry about where you're going to lay your head. Your biggest issue in your life is how to turn 10 to 25. Stop and be grateful. And I shut up immediately, because that's when I really realized when God give us a blessing, we have new standards of what a blessing is. So it almost allows us to be ungrateful about the previous one, right? At one point in my life, guys, I was praying, I was crying, I was in my car, like literally asking God, what did I do? Why am I going through this? Why is my business being cut in half? Why do I not have money? Why do I have to manifest food? Why is my dad dying? Why is everything coming against me? What did I do? I'm going to church. I'm paying my tithes. I'm saying my prayers. What am I doing wrong? Like I'm telling you guys, and if you guys ever had that moment in your life where you're just asking God, like, why? God, I'm not your strongest shoulder. Like, stop. Like, I had those moments in my life. And it was one of those moments where I had to ask myself, why am I going through this? Like, and I almost got upset. And I had to there was one point in my life, guys, I prayed for $10,000 a month. I prayed, I cried, I sowed, I fast. I'm telling you guys, there was one point in Taylor's life, Sy's life, T's life, where we prayed for this. We got it. And now it's like we're forgetting sometimes. I catch myself forgetting sometimes that there was one point in time that I prayed for this. One point in time, I prayed for this apartment. I prayed for the floor to ceiling windows. I prayed for the pool. I prayed for the grill. I prayed for the laundry and the dryer in my house. I prayed for this. And sometimes, guys, we forget what we prayed for. And when we get it, it's like we have a new set of standards. And it's a blessing, because now we're expecting more. But at the same time, be grateful for what you prayed for, right? And I mean, that's all I really have to say for real when it comes down to it. It's like, I'm telling you guys, like, where you end up by December, guys, I need you guys to understand by the end of this year, December 2021, where you end up, what your bank account is at, what rank you are, I promise you is 100% up to you. It's 100% up to you. And it's so crazy, because I look at every single person on this call and I'm like, wow, they have no idea they're about to be my rich friends. And it's like, I see it. I just want you guys to see it too. And sometimes, we get a little passionate, because it's like, I'm looking at people and I'm thinking to myself, you have no idea who you are. If God could feed the birds, if God could feed the snails, the rabbits, all this, why wouldn't God provide for you? Why? If God could sit here and bring you this far, like, the same God, and this is actually the last thing, right? understand that like everything that God takes out of your life is just as important as to what he gives you, right? So if he's taking out people, you need to praise him during that season, because when he's giving you things, you want to praise him too, right? So understand that. Like if I could encourage anybody to do anything, understand who God is, right? Really understand who God is and understand like there's a whole spiritual side of this, right? Faith without works is dead, yes. But if you're doing the work and you have no faith, it's like, what are you doing for real, right? So definitely love you guys. I hate that I sound like a man right now, but hopefully, yeah, cool. So I love you, Taylor, so much. I'm actually very, very excited to see if flyer drops this. On a serious note, I need to fly out to ATL so we can stop having excuses, right? On a serious note, but I definitely do love every single person on this call, chairwoman, chairman, every single body on this call. Honestly, guys, where you end up this year, 100% up to you.
Love you, Amber. Everybody put a thank you in the chat. Like, I told y'all, chairwomen are just different. You know, it's crazy, Amber, I had a moment like that today. And it wasn't exactly how Ruben said it, but I was touring a new penthouse, and I could see my pent from the penthouse I was in, that I was touring. And for some reason I had this feeling, Amber, that it was like, Taylor, there was a point in time when you prayed for this. It was a point in time when you toured this penthouse, you couldn't even afford it. There was a point in time when you first saw this penthouse that you're standing in, you didn't even have a penthouse. You had a little apartment. And it's crazy because in that moment, Amber, I literally was just like, I just said, thank you, God. I just said, thank you, God. And then how you just said it, like, man, your biggest problem right now is turning $10,000 to $25K. Like, that just really hit me, sis. Like, I appreciate you so much. Can you be my friend? Can we be friends? Like, Sy, can we just be friends? Like, is it okay? Like, can we be friends? Like, can we be sisters? Like, I just think you're so dope. I think you're amazing. I think we would just mesh well. You know, I really appreciate it. No, I'm just being goofy. I'm being goofy. Those are my sisters. Okay, so, next time y'all come on here, my edges will be gone. I want you to understand, you know, I got that silky. These edges is about to rush back after this, baby, because just put a yes, ma'am in the chat. Can I get a yes, ma'am in the chat? I just gotta see a yes, ma'am. Can you drop your Birkin bag in the chat? Can you drop your Fendi bag in the chat? Can you drop your Gucci bag in the chat? Can you just, oh my goodness, you want to talk about dominate? Like, I'm in this little lobby area. I'm about to flip some chairs, okay, for probably the whole time sis talking. I might just turn my camera off, just go flip some chairs back here. Because my good sis Tia is on the call. My good sis Tia is on the call. Whew. The Tia Bolden is on the call. Now, I'm not gonna say, I really don't got to say too much, because you already know who she is. And you already know how she about to really smash the end of this call. We've been maxed out the entire time, by the way. You might need to get deep in your chats again for this one, because the one and only Tia Bolden is on the call. And to be honest, when I first met Tia, she showed me so much love off the rip. Just so much love. I actually asked her to speak at one of my lunches. Like, Tia has talked to y'all so many times, so you already know what's about to happen. You've been able to hear from her multiple times, and it's because of the heart that she has for people, not just my organization, other organizations, other women in particular. She has this heart for so many different people. That's why you've been able to hear her multiple times, because she's going to continue to pour. She's going to continue to give. And sis, I'm going to let you take over the floor. I don't want to say too much, because I want to give you as much time as absolutely possible, because my notepad is already full. I'm ready to receive. Everybody put some yes ma'ams in the chat for my sis, my sister, who I love so much, who is one of the most inspiring people that I know, one of the most giving people that I know, one of the most loving people that I know. And her energy is literally contagious. Her energy is contagious, but I need you to catch her mindset tonight. I need you to catch her mindset. I'm not even gonna lie. I need you to catch her mindset. So keep on dropping them yes ma'ams. Tia, I love you. Take us away.
hearts for Wealthy Empire. I miss y'all a lot. Drop the pink hearts for Sy. Drop the pink hearts for Amber. Drop the pink hearts for Taylor. Drop the pink hearts for yourself. Drop your pink hearts for the guys who snuck on the call. Y'all drop the pink hearts too. Flood it up and let me get that yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Taylor, can I get your camera back on? Because I'm gonna be honest, Taylor. I was saying yes, ma'am, when we were P5. When I say yes, ma'am, we hit Chairman 10. So we might want to scream that again. Yes, ma'am. Amber, let me get a yes, ma'am. Sy, let me get a yes, ma'am. Don't play with them. Big yes, ma'ams in the chat. For all my fellas on here, if you want to create a chairwoman in 2021, let me see you put yes, ma'am. You need to flood it the most. Right? I don't see enough chairwomen dropping. It's a year to chairwoman, but I need us all through the door. If you're dropping in 2021, let me get that yes, ma'am. Flood it like you mean it. Flood it like it's done. Flood it like it's already happened. That's better. Okay. Taylor, I think we're ready. I think we're ready. And I want to first give some gratitude to the women who spoke before me because, whoa, I was sitting here like, do I really need to go? Taylor, like, you can push me to Saturday or something? Like, they gave it all. Like, you see the chat box still flooding with yes, ma'ams. I think it's chairwoman season. But I want to say thank you, Taylor, so much because, you know, me and Taylor have a very interesting friendship. Like, we don't text every day, but whenever we do, it's like we pick up right where we left off and the love just flows from there. Right? And I don't have a single complaint. I love you with all my heart. I thank you for setting this up. It's always a blessing just to deliver to the women of this organization. For those of you all who don't know, my name is C10 Tia Bolden. And today I really just want to educate, right? I timed myself 3 times, Taylor. This speech is gonna take me 15 minutes and 42 seconds tops. If we don't have any questions, 15 minutes and 42 seconds, I got you. But if you don't mind me educating for the next 15 minutes, drop a single one, the number 1 in the chat box. And as you drop the 1, please be reminded that you are the one, right? I'm not too concerned about getting you excited, motivated, hyped up, right? I know we can do that any single day. But what I want to do today is make sure that you have something to where you can call a friend and say, yeah, I was on this call with Tia Bolden and I learned this. That's all I really want. So I'm glad that Taylor gave me the topic of dominion. I'm glad that she talked about dominating. Can we all put the word dominion in the chat box? DOMINION. Dominion. Flood it. Right? I really want to see who's first. Your sense of urgency is very key in this business. Okay. And the first thing I did when you gave me the title, Taylor, I went to Webster and looked up the definition of dominion. So for my note takers, money makers on the call, we're ready to run it up. Dominion means to have power and authority over all things. Write that down. If you're typing in the chat box, you're not taking notes. Dominion means to have power or authority over all things. Okay? So the short version or the easy way that we're going to explain it today, dominion means that you are in control. Right? You can pick up your pen from the pad real fast and put you are in control. When you log into the back office of I Am Mastery Academy, what is the first thing you see? It says, hi, Taylor, you are in control. Hi, Amber, you are in control. Hi, Sy, you are in control. And today on this call, that's what we're going to emphasize just a little bit more. Right? We're in this season and it's called momentum. And I can truly say that a lot of us have seen the highest heights of our business in momentum. We've seen the highest levels that we've ever seen before in momentum. You've never been this close to the next rank in your whole time in this business until now in momentum. Drop a 7 if you can say you took dominion over momentum. I see the 7s rolling through. If you truly feel like you optimized, gave everything you had, and took advantage of this season, keep the 7s rolling. Right? Dominion has been rolling over momentum for the past 30, 60, and 90 days. Okay? And while I see the 7s rolling through, right, Taylor, I'm just going to be honest. While I see the 7s rolling through, I'm glad that we've taken advantage of momentum, but I'm going to be honest and say some of us missed out on momentum. Okay, let's just have a transparent moment of honesty. Some of us didn't take full advantage of momentum, right? Taylor told me I could be real, so I'm gonna say it like this. Some of us missed out on our chance in this season because you were worried about what happened back in December. Some of y'all didn't hit the next level in March or April because you were so stuck on what happened in November of 2020. Right? And one thing I read is a good book called the Bible, and in Genesis 1, verse 26, it says God created man or woman according to his image and his likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, dominion over the birds powers in the air, dominion over every creeping thing that walks amongst the earth. So drop a 7 if you understand that God rules us and we rule creation. Because I think some of that got lost in the midst of momentum. God rules us. We rule creation. So if this statement is true, right? God is ruling over us. God created us. We rule over creation. I need one person to tell me at what point in times, or at what point in the past, or at what point was this statement shaken up, twisted, or changed around? Talk to me in the chat. The answer is not 7. If God rules us and we rule creation, at what point was this changed? And the answer is not really never. Let me be honest. The answer is not really never. All right. I see we got the COVID congregation here, Bedside Baptists. All right. I want you all to guess. At what point might this have been shooken up just a little bit? Taylor, we may need a Bible study or something on Wednesdays. Talk to me. Hey, put that in the main chat. Why'd you send it just to me? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Shay Armstrong. Hold up. Pause. We got the right answer. Shay Armstrong, where you at? Shay, I hope you're in a place where you can talk. I'm so happy and grateful now. You can unmute and tell me your answer.
I can talk.
What did you say?
Adam and Eve with the serpent.
Talk to me. Everybody put 4s in the chat box for Shay. Shay, I appreciate you. I love you. You are in control. So let's be 100% clear. God rules us. We rule creation, right? But then came along our good sis Eve, right? Drop Eve in the chat box. And I need you all to really pay very close attention to where we are right now, right? If you're taking notes, this is the time where you actually write it down, okay? This is where things started to shake up just a little bit. Our good sis Eve, right? Around Genesis 3, right? Focus. Eve listened to a serpent, okay? Before she listened to the serpent, she had dominion over the serpent. Let me say it again. In Genesis 3, okay? Eve listened to a serpent. Before she listened to the serpent, she had dominion over the serpent, right? Drop a 3 in the chat box if you're with me. Some people caught it. Some are over here like, what part of the Bible is that? Some are dusting off their books. Okay. In Genesis 3, Eve listened to a serpent, all right? So we understand that God rules over us, we rule over creation. But in Genesis 3, Eve listened to a serpent. Before listening to the serpent, Eve had dominion over that serpent. For a lot of us, we have dominion over the back office. We have dominion over this season of momentum. We have dominion over the entire compensation plan, but there's something about the serpent. Eve had full dominion over the serpent. But what she did, she allowed the serpent to convince her to sin. She had full dominion, right? God created the world. She had full dominion over the serpent. But as soon as she listened, she allowed the serpent to convince her to sin. And what she did was abdicate her dominion. Okay, if we got a word wall, keywords of the day, let's add dominion, then abdicate. Abdicate, A-B-D-I-C-A-T-E. Okay? A lot of us are like, Tia, what's abdicate? What that mean? Abdicate means to renounce control or fail to fulfill. Abdicate, to renounce your control. Okay, that means to take away control or to fail in fulfilling. So what Eve did when she allowed the serpent to convince her to sin, she abdicated her dominion. She abdicated her power. She abdicated the control that she had in that situation. And a lot of us on this call, you allowed what happened in January to dominate your April's results. You abdicated your path to the next level. You abdicated your own self-confidence. You abdicated your entire journey out of fear of what you may have lost. And it's to the point now that instead of a chairwoman 10, you're going to IM3 as a platinum 2000. Right? You've been 5 away from P2 for 2 weeks. Don't tell me your why is big. I don't believe you. Instead of P6, you're walking in as a customer. And while I'm thankful you'll be there, Amber's glad you'll be there, Sy's glad you'll be there, Taylor is happy you'll be there, all three of us know that you deserved a little bit more. At some point, you have to understand that there's overflow attached to every loss you take, but you have to take dominion over it. If you're taking notes, I'm going to go to point number 1. Point number 1 is this. Dominion is the heart of your fulfillment on earth. I'm almost finished. Taylor, thank you for this time. Thank you for this blessed platform. Number 1, dominion is the heart of your fulfillment here on earth. Okay? Understand this. God created you to dominate, not to complain. God created you to dominate, not to doubt your ability. God created you to dominate, not to only text your mentor when something goes wrong. Right? A lot of you need to text your mentor right now and say thank you. Thank you for putting up with all the negativity I bring you on a daily basis. Thank you for dealing with me. I'm not healed yet, but thank you for having grace in your heart to put up with me every single day. Thank you. God created you to dominate, not to give up every time somebody leaves your business, not to speak negatively on the people around you, not to compare your success to the next person. Right? You'd be surprised how often I see somebody hit a new rank or somebody hit chairman and here comes negative Nancy. Oh, that should have been me. Drop a 2 if a person just popped in your mind when I said that. Dang, I could have did that. I've been in the business longer than him. Dang, he started after me. Dang, I should have. Dang, my legs. Dang, my back office. What? Hater? Why are you such a hater? Why are you not happy for them? Why aren't you celebrating them? Do you not realize that what you celebrate is going to accelerate in your own life? Right, and it's to the point now when people hit me with that, when I see people coming mad and angry when people succeed, you know what I do? I say, let me get away from you. I be like, Amber, red flag, hold up. Let me get away from you. Right? Because Taylor, listen to me here. If they're negative when somebody you don't know succeeds, what in the world do you think they're going to do when you succeed? I'll be like, all right, sis, okay. Okay, all right, be good. Yes, you're right. I'll be gone, out the door. Bye-bye. All right, some people you got to love from a distance. And sometimes the distance is far. At some point, you'll realize that the snakes in your backyard are not biting your neighbors. The snakes in your backyard, in your back office, who could possibly be calling me? The snakes in your backyard are not biting your neighbors, okay? The serpents in your backyard are not only poisoning the people around you, sweetheart. You need to watch closely for people who only show up to make sure y'all still at the same level. Oh, sis, dang, yo, GB not moving. Dang, your back office sliding too. Oh, shoot, sis. Oh, man, he's still cheating. Oh, shoot, you gonna let me hit the blunt? At some point, one of y'all have to grow. And I would rather it be you, truthfully. You'll soon realize that when somebody hits chairman, when somebody hits the next level, when somebody levels up, you have 2 options, right? Sly made it clearly. Sly said, is it gonna make you or break you? Amber said, are you gonna study or be defeated? A 750 told me you either get inspired or discouraged. You choose, right? When the next alarms get dropped in the chats, when the flames get built, when things go crazy, which one do you do? Right? You're gonna say inspired. You're gonna say it gets you going. You're gonna say it lifts you up, but you in your room wondering what's wrong. You under a pillow defeated. You have to understand that the second you become inspired, you open doors for you to succeed along with that person, right? If Taylor dropped 25 tomorrow, I'd be the happiest person on this call. I'd probably break Instagram in half. Y'all ain't seeing my sis though. Come on now. The second you become inspired by the success around you, you open a door so that you can succeed with them, right? But get this. The minute you become discouraged, guess what? You give them dominion. The minute you become discouraged, defeated, broken down, torn apart, upset, mistreated, I'ma quit, I give up, I'ma go to B, let me switch to XBC, you give that person dominion. realize that God created you to have dominion. He created heaven. We dominate earth. Drop a 2 if this is making sense so far. We're halfway through. Taylor, I'm at my 7-minute and 42 mark. We're halfway through. That was point number 1. Let me go back. I know some of my note takers were asking questions. Number 1 is dominion is the heart of your fulfillment on earth. Okay, let's go to number 2. I'm about to get out of here. Edge control is on sale. I'm just playing. Number 2, your dominion begins with what you allow. Write that down. Your dominion begins with what you allow. And y'all told Amber y'all weren't sensitive, so I'm just going to take it up one more notch in this section. Your dominion begins with what you allow. Okay? So we made it clear earlier that the definition of dominion is to have power or authority over all things, right? So let's talk about allow. The action of allow, or to allow, is to give permission to someone or something. I'll say it again. Dominion is to have power or authority over all things. The action of allowance, or to allow, is to give permission to someone or something. So Tay, we're making a decision today, right? The decision we're going to make on this call with all 473,000 people is to claim dominion by allowing the permission to have power over all things. I'll say it again. The decision we're going to collectively make today, you don't have to type it out, but I'll say it again for you. We're going to claim dominion by allowing permission for us to have power over all things. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you the issue with the believers of God, the issue with the leaders in this business. Sometimes we just get a little too much like Eve. Sometimes we duplicate a little too much of Eve. Sometimes we look just a little too much like our good sis Eve, and we allow things to slide. We allow things to slither. We allow things to skate, right? You got inactives lingering in your chats, taking trades for free. You got lazy people lingering around you, pouring their work ethic on you. You got leaders missing training, and you want to be so cool with everybody that you're letting it slide. Guess what? Now your business is a playground because of how much you let slide. Get it? Your business is a playground because of how much you let slide. Right? And very similar to the serpent that slid to Eve in the garden, some of us just let a little too much seep through the crevices and pretend that everything is all right. Right? You got too much sliding in your personal life. Now it's affecting your relationship with God. You got too much sliding in your time management. Now your leadership and organization is thrown off. You've been sliding in the wrong DMs. Now it's keeping you from the king that God created for you. And don't shoot me. Look, I'm just a messenger. I'm just here to, God is speaking through me. I'm just a messenger. But one thing I understand is that God said, he never said the weapons wouldn't form. He never said the serpents wouldn't form. He said they wouldn't prosper. But you need to realize there's serpents all around you. Right? We spend so much time criticizing people outside the business, criticizing people on the outside, but I need to enlighten you that you need to be worried about the serpents inside the business, the serpents inside your Telegram, the serpents inside your back office. Right? Because some of them are disguised as your right hand, your go-to. The one you telling all of your business, they don't even want what's best for you for real. They just waiting for you to slip so they can take your spot. Some of y'all serpents is designed as your uplines. I'm not even gonna take that one any further. If it's understood, it's explained. But the last type of serpent, and this is probably the scariest type, right? Sy touched on it, Amber touched on it too. It had to be alignment. But this is the scariest type of serpent. Because for a lot of you, your serpent is yourself. For a lot of you, your serpent is you. You've been self-sabotaging your whole way through this business. Your serpent is yourself, Imani. Your serpent is your words, Bree. Your serpent is your doubt, Day. Your serpent is your lack of faith in what you're capable of, Kamari. You have everything required to succeed except the belief that you can actually do it. You wake up every day and tell yourself, oh, I can't hit P5. Oh, I'm scared to talk to people. Oh, I'm not ready for this rank. Oh, I'm defeated. Oh, I'm in a pullback. And guess what, sis? You're exactly right. Because now you've given life to the words that you allowed to come out of your mouth. You weren't born with any of these things, but because you said it, you've given it power into your life. And I get it. Amber said it clearly. You've been spoken down on since you were 3 years old, but that doesn't exist here. You've been picked on since you were age 5, but that doesn't exist in this space. For once in your life, we love you, we believe in you, we want the best for you, but it's time for you to believe in you. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. The day you start speaking life into your situations, everything will change. So I'm going to speak life into you all right after I ask you all this question. Just one question. I'm about to wrap it up, Terry. You can play the music under me. Out of all the distractions you've been given, out of all the distractions and serpents you've seen, how strong are you to not become abdicated? I'll ask again. We probably should write it and put it on our mirrors or something and see it every day. Out of all the serpents faced in front of you, out of all the distractions put to stop you, how strong are you to not become abdicated? Sy didn't let the distraction stop her. Amber didn't let the negativity stop her. Taylor didn't let the mistrust stop her. These women realize that there's nothing enlightened about allowing your negativity, your lack, your depression, or your fears to foster and create a living room for the devil to sleep on. And now you're blaming it on God. But you allowed it to happen. You allowed it to take place. You allowed it to have dominion. The one thing I'm going to push every woman on this call to do before I go is to command what you allow. Can everybody put the words "I command" in the chat box? And I'm going to give you a couple of statements to take command over. And as you receive them, I want you to keep typing, "I command, I command, I command." Because if you're commanding a physical well-being, you'll stop allowing yourself to drink any and everything. If you're commanding financial freedom, you'll stop allowing yourself to spend money so frivolously. If you're commanding positive mental health, you'll stop allowing access and ascension to the negativity in your life. If you're commanding positivity, you'll stop allowing yourself to speak negative words all around yourself. If you're commanding a healthy relationship, you'll stop allowing yourself to sleep with any and everybody. If you're commanding a lifestyle of freedom, you'll stop selling out to bondage every single day. And if this is resonating with you, I really need you to type, "I am in control" in the chat box. I am in control. I am in control. I am in control. Because for everything that comes in your life, it's in your control. But you have to stop allowing dirt and dust and rust to foster. It's a must that you honor the temple that God has created for you. Your destiny is not hope or happenstance. It's your control. Keep flooding. I am in control. You need to flood it like the gates are open and the blessings are flowing. Because I'm so happy and grateful now that from this point forward, you have belief. From this point forward, you're more than enough. From this point forward, you will advocate, not abdicate. From this point forward, you will relieve the mistakes of Eve. From this point forward, you have discernment and not serpents. From this point forward, you understand that God created you in his image and his likeness to claim dominion over all things happening. You are, you can, you will, you must, and it's already done because dominion begins where your abdication ends. Thank you so much, Taylor, for having me on this call. I pray that everybody receive this message and they take it forward to take dominion over all things.
Ooh. Now, Tia Bolden. That's like, sis, I ain't saying nothing because that's a Selah. You know, in the Psalms, it's a thing called Selah. And you just gotta it's a pause. Everybody drop in the chat, "Thank you." Because you know you feel that. We all over the world right now, and you felt that. This whole call from Sy and her letting you know that she's no different than you, but she's different. From Amber. Reminding you of what's important. so that you never forget it. And then from Tia, like only Tia Bolden can do. She talked to you about dominion. She took it there. That's exactly what I thought of when I thought of dominate. I thought of dominion. And now y'all understand why I didn't have to say nothing today. I'm blessed. I'm honored to be in the same space as you, my sisters. I'm blessed. I'm honored to even be called the same thing that you are called as a chairwoman 10. I'm blessed and honored. I'm thankful. I'm grateful that you even hopped on a call and you really gave out and you poured out just like we was all family. And I appreciate you for that. There's literally not even enough words to thank you. You, of course, exceeded my expectations, but I expected nothing less than greatness. And that's exactly what I got. And I'm grateful for you. Make sure you guys show them some love on Instagram. Make sure you guys show them some love. If one of these chairwomen was your mentors, I want you to know from another chairwoman 10, you're blessed. If one of these chairwomen, you're connected. If one of these chairwomen calls your phone, I want you to know you're blessed. You're blessed. There's no other way to put it. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your night. We'll be back tomorrow for part 2 with Chairwoman 25 Harmony and Chairwoman 25 Kadeen Kelly. So excited. Love you. Have a good night.